Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're checking out Beelzebub, and this is gonna be a build guide slash hero guide. So it's gonna be a quick overview of the kit so that we know how to build him going forward and why to build him in this manner. Anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so I do not have Mr. Beelzebub, so I'm going to swap on the test server here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I think you can. We're going to have to go over to the test server. And the reason is that I've tried over and over and over again to get this darn hero, and
maybe you slackers just haven't been trying hard enough.
He just never drops for me. Even the last summon video that I did, I tried to go for Neja and Beelzebub. I burned everything I had completely, and I just pulled a legendary this morning also on just a 10 pull that I just did randomly to try to top off and try my luck one more time, and Edith dropped. Awaken level 3 Edith dropped on the account, so that was sad. But anyways, don't want to hold you up your time too much with that. You are here to see about Beelzebub. Beelzebub is going to be a cultist faction hero only, and it is essentially a healer slash mage slash support. Okay, so there's gonna be ally buff and some summons. Those summons are very good to work together with Ezerith, so he can eat up some of those putrid flies that he's summoning out and restack himself to go back in there and do some more damage. All right, so onto the skills here. You're gonna notice I probably am not as familiar with Beelzebub as I should be, but that doesn't mean we don't know how to build them. I use them a lot in the test server, and that's pretty much about it though. I don't see him a lot in my main account. So talent: heroes and putrid flies damage dealt inflicts slow on targets. When the hero is in a cultist team and launches basic attack or casts Plague of Ruin, restores HP equal to 50% of the hero's attack to one cultist ally in range. So you can see there's a bit of healing going on. The healing is nice. I can get like 20k heals coming out of Beelzebub. And then we also have this slow on here for when the putrid flies do damage, which is always really nice. You get that crowd control that gives you that cultist boost from the cultist lords. Onto the basic attack, AoE magic attack deals 100% AoE damage to 5 enemy targets. Restores 20 extra rage for every 5 basic attacks launched. So we could see some damage coming out of Beelzebub here, but bear in mind that this doesn't mean necessarily, because a lot of healers do damage too, the standard healers, that we want to build his kit out for crit rate, crit damage, and all that stuff. All right, so Plague of Ruin, 3 seconds cooldown. During the ultimate, the hero and the putrid flies release Plague of Ruin one time every 3 seconds, doing 150% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies and inflicting vulnerability to magic damage on them. This is awesome. You got AoE vulnerabilities going out from Beelzebub. This makes it so that your magic damage healers or heroes are doing that much more damage. Usually equates to like a 10 to 20% increase as well. So the math is pretty simple on that for the most part. Won't be exactly 20% or 10%, but it will pump up. All right, Darkness Rising during the ultimate applies a 50% inspiration. 50% inspiration. That is a nice chunk of inspiration. Inspiration gives you the increased attack proportionally to the caster's attack to your allies in his range. So during his ultimate, he's going to be lending out 50% of his attack to any of the allies that are in his range. Okay, this is super essential. We got Diao Chen, we have Dolores. All these inspiration, you constants, you know, all these heroes putting out inspiration, and it's super important to get past those defenses. If you have a 3k defense enemy you're going against and you have 2k attack, the formula starts off attack minus defense, and if you're starting out in the negatives, you're going to be just tickling the guy. You have to get past the enemy's defense in order to do damage. A lot of the times in the mid game specifically, this allows you to do that. It also allows you sometimes to equip some crit damage pieces on if you're going up against an enemy like Nightmare 4, where the defense is actually really low. Anyways, I don't want to get hung up on that too much. During the ultimate, applies an AoE damage reduction to cultist allies within the skill range and summons putrid flies. The AoE damage reduction is just like Percy, it's just like Narissa. It's very cool that you can just basically have this one hero out there doing all of this stuff, and it makes Beelzebub super useful these days. When he first came out, it wasn't that great because there wasn't a lot of content that he was going to stick out in, but they released tons of content. They got Matrix that came out. We have the Malric Trials, we have the Towers, we have Gear Raid 1, 22, 23, 24. This made a big advantage to having Beelzebub and how this control as well, which is right here. Putrid Flies generate a powerful vortex that pulls up to 10 nearby enemies toward its center with 2x strength and inflicts a slow on them. So a bunch of crowd control. The vortex lasts for 5 seconds when activating the ultimate. And if you remember down here on the basic, he's going to also pick up extra rage when hitting enemies every 5 basic attacks. So just keeping that in mind when we go and build this guy out. Onto the awakenings quick. All right, awakening level 1, the vulnerability magic damage inflicted by Plague of Ruin increases to 20%. So instead of the 10%, it goes up to 20. The Awaken 2 is attack plus 300 on any inspiration unit. Attack plus 300 is amazing. It's just that much more attack on your base to scale before gear is equipped. Awaken level 3, when basic attack deals damage to the target, restores 2% rage. So he's just gonna get a bunch more rage coming back, a ton, and getting that vortex going out, getting that inspiration back up again. This A3 is definitely key to Beelzebub. Awaken level 4 is cost -2, making it a little easier to get on the field faster. And then Awaken level 5 is if the target receives 2 instances of Plague of Ruin within 3 seconds, they will take 1 additional instance of true damage equal to 100% of the hero's attack. True damage is ignoring defense, so essentially you don't have to worry about crit rate, crit damage when it comes to this Awaken 5 or any kind of true damage that a hero is doing. Alright, so on to the gear. You may think, oh, I'm going to put him in a Soul Arcana set, try to get some damage out of Infernal Roar or Cataclysm or whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to put this guy in healer sets. So on the right side, you're going to be focusing on Wings of Grace. And I would say fouled up as a secondary. If you can't do that, you're going to go for Invigoration. And then afterwards, maybe something even like the Glacier. Glacier is always a good set or budget set for people trying to get their inspiration attack higher. Basically, but you want to build the hero with not HP bonus main stat. You still want to go for attack bonus and then pick up HP bonus as substats in there. So for him, it'd be like attack bonus, attack speed, rage regen, even a little bit of healing effect would be great with some HP bonus, okay? So Wings of Grace is going to be top tier. This is going to give him a 12% boost to himself, and it's going to give a 12% boost to one ally on the field. And I believe, if I remember correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it's only one hero that can apply a Wings of Grace buff. Otherwise, it turns into a 10% buff, just like Invigoration. I gotta cut this edit in here really quickly because I forgot to mention something. And I don't know why I did it because I thought about it before making the video. But here, I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that our Beelzebub does have an exclusive piece, which I don't have on my main account, and I don't have it on the test server either unlocked yet. So I just haven't a chance to craft this item. But this is what it's going to do. It's going to be in the Wings of Grace set. So that's another good indicator that Wings of Grace is best for him. Even the devs are saying so by giving him an exclusive piece for it. Plague of Ruin inflicted by the hero and the hero summons triggers 2 times consecutively. This changes a lot in the hero's kit, so I'm gonna go really quickly right back to his kit here on the A5. If the target receives 2 instances of Plague of Ruin within 3 seconds, so it's gonna happen all the time, they will take 1 additional instance of true damage equal to 100% of the hero's attack. They're gonna be constantly taking a bunch of hits of true damage every time Plague of Ruin hits with his exclusive piece on. I think it's a bangle. But anyways, let's get back to it. But yeah, you're looking for attack bonus. This piece here isn't that great, but a piece right here is pretty decent. Attack bonus, flat attack, rage regen, attack speed, and that would be your 3 priority substats in that order, pretty much. Nah, it'd be a flat attack, attack speed, rage regen, and then you're going to be looking for some healing effects, some HP bonus, something to help the hero stay alive and survive. And this is going to be the same across the board, all of the pieces. You also want to get that attack bonus up as high as you can through the Darkfall gem enhancement. If you have any, if you have access to those, definitely do that. As far as variants go, so you're gonna be looking for aggression. Aggression is going to be the variant that you want if you're in the business of applying variants to your gear. So every single piece is going to be aggression on the right side, or you can go something with like a renewed vigor is a pretty good one. After being deployed for 60 seconds, increases his basic attributes by 3%. Or you can go for something like rapidity. Here would be another decent option if you can't get the other ones. But in general, aggression is the one you kind of want to shoot for. It's a great variant to have on pretty much any piece, honestly, but kind of sort that out however you possibly can. Now onto the left side. So this is going to be a little bit nuanced. You're going to be going for a Warlord Calamity, and anything beyond other than that is not going to be all that great. So you don't want to go for like a Wicked Vengeance set. You don't really want to go for a healer set because you're going to be missing out on an attack boost of 25%. Remember, the main goal of Beelzebub is going to be that attack. So he can share 50% of it to his allies. The higher his attack, the more his allies are going to be boosted by Beelzebub's inspiration. So attack bonus, light attack, attack speed, and then rage regen would be the perfect piece on a breastplate. And similar on the weapon as well. You're gonna be looking for the same kind of stats. Warlord is better because it's going to be giving you that attack speed plus 30, making him a little faster, coming back to his ult a little bit more often. That makes it perfect for Beelzebub. I could probably build a better Beelzebub gear set in Invigoration, to be honest with you. And that honestly, that might be the best bet for a lot of you if you're not really able to do a bunch of pieces just like this in Wings of Grace. That would make sense. But onto the artifact. He does have an exclusive artifact. You want to get attack bonus for his augment. For runic augmentation, you want to get that attack bonus, and the highest that can go is up to 15%. If you get around from 8 to 12%, you probably want to stop trying to keep augmenting it, or it's just going to be a waste. You could use those runic augmentation gems somewhere else. As far as your advanced augmentation, it's going to just do it automatically. This one is sitting at 1130 attack. The HP you don't have to worry about too much, but if you get around 800 plus, probably just stop and let it go. Unless you really want to push it, you can just keep doing it forever. But I'm going to tell you right now, I probably burnt, I don't know, 700 trying to get it to 1100 plus. This is very difficult to get that roll unless you're super lucky. So yep, that's what you're going to do for your main artifact here. And let's see if there's any other good options. And of course there is, because he is a mage. So we have the Tear of Twilight. Attack increases by 30%. Perfect. That is exactly what we want. And if we go down a little bit further, we're going to be able to find a White Tower Trinket that's going to boost his attack by 18%. So it's another nice budget option. And then we can go down even further, and then we go over to a Keen Wisdom. It's going to give him an increase of 16%. And of course, augment it the kind of the same way you would with the Carrion's Call. So that's gonna be his build, and I'm gonna show you a case him in Gear Raid 1 paired with Rosalia at the A5. Obviously, that's not very common for most of you guys to get the A5, but we just want to see what his kit is doing. All right. And the control is very nice on Beelzebub. You can kind of swap off with Valara, swap off with Rosalia, and try to keep those enemies back and under control. Now we're going to put down our Rosalia down first. And just bear in mind that if Rosalia was out there by herself with any inspiration unit, she would solo Gear Raid 121. But I'm just trying to show you his build here, or what he can do. And people like to put him like this. You could also place him like this and put some other heroes on the other side there and get some inspiration there as well. But you can put him back here. And yeah, pretty much this is going to be the most straightforward thing you've ever seen. And we're going to go ahead. We could place down, I don't need to. I'm just going to go ahead and place down Ireless. Ireless is going to help with the rage regen, and she's going to occasionally give Rosalia a damage boost as well. I think it's 25% if I remember correctly. But we're going to wait till these enemies come in. Go ahead and activate Beelzebub, activate Rosalia, and they're just going to lay waste to everything that was down there very quickly. And no, power dominance is not on, so keep that in mind. I do have Volca with, by the way, so if I wanted to pick up the A5 Rosalia, put her back down in 20 seconds, her ultimate would be ready again, but typically she does pretty well not being placed down. So he's healing himself. You can see there's a 19.3k heal every single time he takes a little bit of damage. So not really that big of a concern. We're gonna do the exact same thing again. Just lay waste to the enemies coming in. Rosalia and Beelzebub just nuke these guys. But you can see she should have an increase. Yep. Increase attack proportionally. So this is gonna be right here. That's gonna be that inspiration effect coming in from Beelzebub. And it just keeps refreshing over and over again. Now, oh, did she finish him off before they walk in here without her ultimate going? I mean, kinda, yeah. Kinda can. All right. On the next wave, I'm not going to activate our Rosalia, so I'll go ahead and actually pick her up. Doesn't need to stay on the field anyways. But yeah, see, 19k heals. It's very nice. I'll go back and show you the actual stats that he's sitting on. I think it's like 16k or something. So he's giving an 8k inspiration buff. But yeah, so they're gonna come up to the wall right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemies. I'm gonna activate his ultimate and just try to hold him back. You see this vortex is gonna pull these guys around. Missed a couple of them, last for 5 seconds. It's just enough to interfere with what's going on. And he's putting out the slows out there as well. We place our Rosalia back down again. Go ahead and activate an ultimate and just nuke them. Alright, so again, like I'm not really trying to show you like a full Gear Raid 1 showcase. That's not what my goal is here. We're just trying to see what Beelzebub does here. Should have moved myself up. Apologize for that. Here comes again. We'll go ahead and activate his ultimate. And then we'll go ahead and get Rosalia going as well. You can see the vortex is going again. And Rosalia is just going to nuke down the boss and finish up the stage. Obviously, we have 3 heroes on. 5 more heroes can be placed. This Gear Raid 121. So maybe your gear isn't going to be as nice, but there's a lot more options for you to place more heroes as well. So it's not the end all be all because Beelzebub and Rosalia are A5 and hyper geared on the test server here. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this so it doesn't like clog up my inventory. Let's go check out those stats because I forgot to show you. And it kind of gives you an ideal goal to shoot at for Beelzebub's attack. All right, go back in here. Oh, the test server's slow today. Test server's slow today. All right, Beelzebub, gear, and let's see where we're at. So 15.94k is great, and he does have pretty low HP, so that's why I said sometimes you can throw some HP in there that'll help out. The attack interval is 2 seconds starting off, so if you break that down to a 1 second attack interval, that would be perfect. We would be there if the Bangle had it on. And then the rage regen is at 65%. Kind of cap this out like around 100 to 120 if you're really pushing high rage regen. You don't want to go much higher than that. It just really diminishes after right around 100 as far as its actual effective value in the game here. Let's go ahead and build this out in an invigoration set for you guys so you can kind of see. Maybe I got something better here to work with. No, I don't. I don't even have them with attack, so I'd have to go like without the flat attack in there instead. And I can't re-roll that one either because it's not proper. It doesn't have ancient, so I can't fix a substat on it. Yeah, see, it's the test server. I gotta really do some work here. But anyways, you would be building it about the same way. Attack speed, flat attack, rage regen, a little bit of healing effect, a little bit of HP sometimes. And that's gonna be how you build up Beelzebub the best way and most effective way for every single level. Now, if you can't put together the Glacier, the Invigoration set, or the Wings of Grace set, just break the sets and go for the same stats. Early game, that's what you want to do. If you're really early and you pull a Beelzebub, you could even go flat attack here. So it's not like it's not an option. I don't think I have any. Let me break this out here. Yeah, so something like this with a flat attack. Maybe pick up a attack percentage. So this would be a nice piece here you can use temporarily until it gets better. So go ahead and use your broken sets on Beelzebub if you can't put these sets together, but you're achieving much higher stats. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. make sure you check out prospector.gg. A lot of these builds are posted on there. We are working on version 2.0, and boy is it looking really cool. We're gonna have EV scores for the awakenings as far as how effective the awakenings are per hero for that kit. We're gonna have 3 possible build options. It's gonna show you the stats and how they kind of look as a gear piece with variants on the end game set. We're gonna have end game, late game, and mid game. So be sure to like and subscribe, stay in touch, join the Discord for updates on that. I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.